own little private beach. So it's dead. Dead. Which means we have no 12-volt power. Just chilling by a Milwaukee lantern light tonight. We didn't have any candles. Alright, so yesterday we were supposed to just drive from, where were we? Moonta to Port Pirie. That was the plan. And we were just going to stay in a donation camp that was in the area, but we got there and it just
didn't feel like a good spot. It didn't feel like a good spot.
It didn't feel unsafe or anything. It was just, it wasn't nice. It's the Easter weekend.
Yeah, we want to be staying somewhere for a couple of days over the Easter weekend, but
yeah,
it didn't really feel like a place you wanted to spend more than an overnight stay.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, we kept driving and we got to Whyalla. So we are now on the Eyre Peninsula, so we've sort of hopped forward a fair bit. So we don't have anything booked. It's the Easter long weekend, school holidays have started. So we popped down to Point Lowly, got a spot at the free camp. Anyway, so we've stayed there just for the night and we're leaving today. So we're heading back to Whyalla. We didn't quite get into there last night. We're going to go and try and see the dolphins at the jetty, because I'd really like to see those. And Dion is going to pop into BCF because he really wants a sounder for the boat. Cue me rolling my eyes, but anyway, so we're doing that. We also did a little bit of forward planning. Well, I did a little bit of forward planning all last night. Dion doesn't forward plan.
I watched YouTube.
He watched YouTube and I planned for hours. So we've booked Palubi Beach, that's done. I've got us a waterfront spot at Streaky Bay, done. And I've also booked myself a little birthday present. When we get down to Baird Bay, I am going swimming with dolphins and sea lions. So boys will chill and I'm going to go do that on my own and I'm going to have such a good day. So if we don't see the dolphins today, it's not going to be the end of the world because, well, I get to swim with them and I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So anyway, we'll take you down to the jetty, see if we can find the dolphins today. And otherwise, welcome to the Eyre Peninsula video. We're calling it. It's windy and freezing. And we're going. So we are at Arno Bay. Yeah, we've pretty much waited Easter out. So when we got to the Eyre, we had no plans, we had no bookings. We got here earlier than expected because the place we were going to at the top of the York, we got there and we didn't really like it. So we stayed the first night at Lowly Point, which is right at the top. It's essentially a car park. There's a paid area and there is a free camp that you can snag as well. There's only spots for a couple of vans. Then after that, we've come down to Arno Bay. So we stopped by Whyalla. We did try and see the dolphins, but they weren't there and it was freezing. The wind was insane. So after that, we've come down to Arno Bay. We're staying at the Arno Bay Hotel Pub. And basically, it's an area out the back. It's $20, which gets you 3 nights of staying here. Not $20 a night, $20 for 3 nights. They then give you a $10 voucher, which can be redeemed at the pub, the IGA, or the deli. So we went to the IGA and topped up on a few things. I think it's like a $20 minimum spend there and you get your $10 off. So essentially, once you use your voucher, it turns it into like $3 a night camping, which is great. They've got bins, water, and a dump point here as well. So really, really fantastic facilities for the price. There's actually a caravan park across the road and it's around $40 a night. So yeah, we definitely recommend the pub. It's pretty much right on the water. It's maybe a 100-meter walk, if that. It's Dion's turn today.
Yep.
If anyone wondering, with the dump point, we take turns. So, Dion's turn today. Lovely. And then this is the little campsite we've been at. So it's just this big area and there's a big bit down there where you can fit maybe 10 vans, I think, were there when we were here. Depends how well everyone parks, obviously. but there were no issues with ants or mozzies or anything like that either. So yeah. Finally took his new spear gun out.
Yes.
And
I had dinner at least.
he got some fish!
Dad?
Finally!
No idea what they are. I think might be a grassy squid, but I don't think so. Then
Dad,
And did
can
your
I get
spear gun work good?
Oh,
once I
no.
figured out how to reload it, yeah.
Did you go right round the rocks like
Yeah,
we saw?
I went around the rocks in about 3 bays up.
Yeah, okay.
Funny thing is, I got this one just not. Well, one of them was just as I was heading back in, and the other one, well, you know, I turned back to come back. So I spent a good half hour chasing this big road one and
Couldn't get it?
couldn't get it.
So the spear gun has officially caught more fish than the boat.
What's your point?
Spear gun weighs a lot less. Maybe we'll just get rid of the boat and keep the spear gun.
Speaking on, I haven't got me any squid yet.
Alright, Lincoln National Park.
We're gonna do some full driving.
I'm pretty sure it's 2-wheel drive accessible.
Oh. Yeah, well.
We can go 4-wheel driving.
So we're going to stay in the Lincoln National Park for 3 nights, which seems like a lot for a national park, but we're expecting like 20 mil of rain tomorrow, so I think that's going to be a bit of a write-off. The only issue is obviously there's no power in a national park, so that'll be fun. Anyway.
Yeah, let's go. We should get the boat off, get the extra soul going in.
Yeah, Leon's picked Engine Point as the campground we're going to because it's sort of right on the beach and there looks to be some good fishing around there.
No, it's easier to get the boat in.
Yeah, not allocated campgrounds, so we're getting here before midday to hopefully get a good one. Good old Lincoln National Park.
Yes.
South Australia has the most beautiful national parks. Look at that. And our van is literally here. Amazing.
Better than what we had before.
I mean, it's a bit of a not level side. Like, look at what we got going on. Look at that. That does not make me feel safe, but Leon promises me it's fine.
The worst you can do is fall 50 mil to the ground.
Oh, and Hudson has... You got dirt to play in. With a view. How good.
And a transport if I can now show you what's inside.
Oh, well, we better have a look. What's in there? Is there a car in there? What?
It even fits in there.
That's amazing. Let's go look at this beach before I have to go back to work. So, I'm working today. It's beautiful. And tomorrow we're supposed to be getting like 20 mil of rain. And of course, I'm not working tomorrow. So, this beautiful paradise may not look so paradisey in the morning. But we're here for 3 nights. Hopefully it'll clear up. It's really bright. I really need my sunnies on. Yeah, look at that. So bright. Our own little private beach. Let's see how cold this water is. Let's have a look. Looks so inviting, but it's... Oh yeah, shit cold. It's so clear.
Hi, Jess.
Yeah?
Hi, Jess.
So we're at beautiful Port Lincoln. We got the best campsite. It took us an hour to level the caravan. Maybe not an hour, but it felt like it. And I have been working, and I didn't bother turning the load onto the battery management system because if the load's off and you're getting solar and it tops the power up quicker, and I wasn't using power, and it's going to be raining tomorrow, so we thought the more power the better. Anyway, when my battery started to go flat from work and I needed to turn the inverter on, I went to turn the load on and there's a big red flashy, can you show them what it looks like?
That one there.
Yeah.
8001.
So anyway, Dion's out fishing, because of course he's out fishing when this would happen. So I'm like, I'm a big girl, I can fix this. So I pull out the troubleshooting manual and have a look, and it just says 8001 is communication error, but it does not say how to fix it. And I was like, that's not great. So I called Projector, and he's like, yeah, what's the problem? And as soon as I told him the error, he just went, oh, yeah, I don't think we can't fix that. And I was like, what do you mean you can't fix it? And he's like, it's a rare error. It's come up 3 times in 5 years that he knows of, and only one person has been able to fix it by unplugging the LCD screen and giving it 15 minutes. So he got me to go in and have a look, and none of the lights in our box are on, so it's dead. Dead. Which means we have no 12-volt power. I can't turn lights on, can't cook anything, can't do anything. I can't even get the pump to turn on to use water. So then we've tried to hook the van up to the inverter in the car, because we're like, okay, we'll just go and we'll go to a powered site, and that also does not work. So we have no way to have power for the next however long. So Projector were amazing, and they said, look, book in a Sparky, we will air freight you a new one, and we'll cover the cost of everything, but it's Thursday night. They wouldn't be able to send it obviously till tomorrow because it's Thursday night, and then we've got the weekend, so it won't get here till next week. So basically, I've found a Sparky who said just send it to us, we'll get you in next week, it's not a drama. But the issue is we now have the next 3 days or so where we don't have power. So we're going to have to go to a caravan park and stay in a cabin or something. Like, yeah. I don't know. We would probably, if it was going to be sunny, we could probably just run off the car for a few days, but we're getting 20 mils of rain tomorrow.
That's it, and there's no solar getting into the van, so at the moment the fridge is running off what's left in the batteries.
Yeah.
And we're already down to 80%.
But we can't use the TV, the lights, anything.
Yep. So, yeah, like, there's nothing turning on at all in this whole system.
No, it's dead.
So,
basically, the heart of our electrical system has died. It's gone. And he apologised, and he was so lovely on the phone, but, like, really? Like, really? I can't. So then I got the joy of ringing Dion, who had finally found a successful fishing hole and had caught some squid that we're screwed. And this is why we don't book very far in advance. So I've got some bookings for in about a week's time, but nothing between now and then. And this is why, like, as it is, we're going to lose out on the next 2 nights worth of campsite fees here because we can't stay. But if I had multiple bookings going forward, we'd be screwed because caravan parks don't release your money if you cancel real quick. No. So we can't go to a caravan park and even use power.
Good times.
Great times. I got some research to do, so...
And I have to go and put that boat there back on the roof because we aren't using it for the next 3 days.
Would you like some help?
I'll get you to come help me when I actually put the boat on the roof, but for the rest of it I can do myself. Good times.
Yeah, so great.
Can you say hello first?
Hi. We're watching the sunset.
We are.
So...
fun times.
Calm down a little bit from before. That was not fun. So I've made about 600 phone calls this afternoon. Feels like 600. Nowhere on the Eyre has a PM300 and nowhere in Adelaide has a PM300 that I could find. And I also had to look, they're about $1,200 anyway, so I don't know, in a way it might be good that we couldn't find it because Projector are going to send us a new one anyway, but if we bought one, I don't know how that would work because we'd have to pay retail price.
Yeah.
So, anyway. I ended up, there is a caravan place in the Eyre called John something Caravan Repairs. Anyway, so I called them and explained what happened. And they said, look, give Sparks and Spanners a call. They might be able to sort you out in the meantime. And we were like, oh, okay. So anyway, we called them. They were really nice, hey?
I don't know, I was on a phone to them.
Yeah, true. Okay, they were really nice. They're the people you called and they said we'll call back.
Oh yeah, they get their
So
mechanic.
you did.
Their electrician call back.
Their electrician, yeah.
Yeah.
So I explained what had happened and that we're basically screwed. He was like, look, call me in the morning, I've got a bit on, but depending on what comes through in the morning, I might be able to get you in and just get power to your lights and your pump. So pretty much we've got the 240 working. I don't know how that happened.
Well, the 240 works through the inverter, not through the PM300. The PM300 charges everything 12 volt and runs everything 12 volt. So we've got no lights, we've got no fans, we've got no USB, we've got no water pump, and we've got no solar.
Yep.
But we've got 240. The 240 charger doesn't matter because it's not going to do anything because it's in the PM300 as well. But we've got the Enerdrive DC to DC charger that we put in after the fact, and that is what's topping the batteries up at the moment.
Yeah. So that's paid for itself.
Yeah.
Right now. Because we've got a compressor fridge, so we can't just turn it to gas.
No.
It's probably the one time this is an issue. So projector were amazing when we called, and straight up they dealt with me to start with because Dion was out fishing, and we tech supported it. They didn't even ask me, how old is your system, when did you buy your van? They were just like, this is an us problem, our product has failed, we will send you a new one. Like, no questions asked. And he couldn't have been more apologetic.
Yeah.
Which was nice. We actually did call him back when we couldn't get the 240 working, and he was like, no, your 240 should work, so we've got that sorted.
Yeah.
So now we don't need a hotel. We can just go to a powered site and make that work.
Well, we can, but we can't. We still don't have any lights in the van unless we get a bypass.
Yeah, okay. So we don't have any... Okay, so we can go to a caravan park and we can run the Starlink. We can run the TV. We can run little comfort items. We don't have any lights because they're all 12 volt.
Yeah.
However, back to the people at Sparks and...
Spanners.
Spanners and Sparks and Spanners, something like that. Yeah, they've said they might be able to just get us in tomorrow and just run some electrical just to the lights and the pump so that we can at least get that going. Because if we have lights and our water pump, that will get us out of mischief, basically. So if he can do that for us tomorrow, and then he has said, look, just get Projector to ship the new box to us and they will install that for us next week. They said there's no drama doing that for us. And Projector have also said not only will they ship us the new one, they will also pay for the electrician bill. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, make sure it's under this much or get us a quote. It was just, where are you, sort it out, we'll pay the bill. So that has been super helpful.
Yes. Yeah.
But tonight we'll be using candlelight lanterns.
Yeah.
We'll be camping in our over $100,000 caravan. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Sandwiches
we can't
for
even
dinner.
use the stove either because it's got an electric ignition, so got to find some matches or a lighter or something so we can actually cook some dinner tonight.
Sandwiches, mate. You're getting sandwiches. That's the extent of my...
Well, I caught squid and fish.
You can cook that. I bought bagels. We could make fancy bagels with like caramelized onion and the deli meat and stuff.
We'll see.
Anyway, so this is not a whinge so much as a... Sometimes life is shit.
It is.
But, and you got to make a million phone calls, but yeah, just don't plan too far ahead and expect stuff to go wrong because it'll go wrong. When we were setting up, we were like, oh, it's a lot of effort, but it's for 3 days. Like, it wouldn't be worth it for a night.
And it is for a night now.
It is for a night. Anyway, we'll let you know how it goes. Keep your fingers crossed that this guy can get us in and get us some lights because, yeah, no lights is kind of crap.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Jess.
We're just chilling by a Milwaukee lantern light tonight. We didn't have any candles.
Nope.
So, yeah. Good times. We did manage to cook. We made some burgers with a lighter in our gas cooktop.
Yeah. And luckily the fridge, it bypasses the actual PM300, otherwise we wouldn't have a running fridge either.
We can't watch TV.
Yeah.
And we're using the
we got a little jump starter pack. We had that plugged in, and it used like 25% of the jump starter pack just to run TV for like 15 minutes. So we've cancelled that.
And we're using the batteries for Dion's tools to charge our phones because our phones are nearly dead, and we're just hotspotting for internet when needed.
Yeah.
So I've had a few people send me through tips and tricks and places to go up north. So I'm going through all that and using old school pen and paper because my laptop's dead and I can't charge it to do some planning.
Yeah, well, we've got to try and figure out where we're going to go after this spot because, we're going to miss out on the 2 or 3 days that we're here.
Yeah, well, I think we'll pretty much... Instead of stopping at Coffin Bay and Venus Bay, I think we'll pretty much just be going straight to Streaky Bay because by the time it's all fixed, they're our next bookings, I think. I think we'll make the bookings, but I don't think we'll get to see the things in between Port Lincoln and Streaky Bay.
Yeah.
So... Anyway.
Yeah, originally we were leaving here on Sunday?
We're leaving on... Isn't it Friday, Saturday? We're leaving here Sunday.
Yeah, and Van won't be getting a new PM300 until at least Monday, Tuesday.
Yep. So, I mean, hopefully we'll only be a couple of days behind.
Yeah.
It could be worse. I mean, they could say there's no stock in the country. And I mean, they've got them in stock. Well, the guy said to me today, we'll just ship you one. If he calls me tomorrow and says, actually, we don't have stock, I'll probably will cry. To be honest. Yeah. So I don't know where we're staying tomorrow night. It will depend on if they reroute the 12 volt.
Yeah, if they can reroute it, and we can still use this setup without the PM300.
Yeah.
We could probably drive back out here. It's another hour round trip. Well, actually,
what's fuel?
What is it? 45 there, 45 back. So an hour and a half.
We can make it
round trip
if we have to. Like, at least we've paid for camping here, so there's always going to be a spot here.
Well, we've got a good spot here right now. We could come back tomorrow and someone else would be parked here. But...
Oh, that would happen. We would end up down the back in one of the crappy spots, but it's a spot we've paid for and is available.
That's it. And it's cheaper than spending, what, $60 a night at a caravan park?
At least we don't have to go to a hotel like we first thought. Because I looked hotels up and they're like $200 a night. Insane.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Good times.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sparks and Spinners in Port Lincoln. They squeezed us in this morning at 11.
Yeah.
And they have managed to bypass the system. So now we have lights, we have a water pump, and they've even rerouted the solar into our DC to DC chargers. So we even have solar going into the van again. So that's saved us really, hasn't it?
Yeah,
site is still here. There's no one here actually, so that's so good. So now we've just got to get back in. So let's do that. Stop, you're hitting a bush on the other side. Yep, turn now. You clear on the bush. Keep going. If you follow that line back, you're going to fall into the holes, so keep going. I'm trying to get into these holes here. Okay, there we go. So the indents from the Max Trax were
Where we were before.
we're still there,
I think we might move them a little bit further this way.
so they don't fall as like they fell yesterday.
Yeah. I'll reverse back until it touches the front of that red one.
Yeah, and then put this behind it like we did yesterday. Yeah, okay. There was a gigantic spider in these holes this morning, and Dion didn't kill it because we didn't think we were coming back. Please don't come back, Mr. Spider. And stop there. Oop. And go up. Okay, go back. And stop there.
There is a seal just behind us somewhere. He was staying in the middle of the boat.
Tell me when you can see a fish, Dad.
I will tell you. Hudson's got his first fish of the day. Oh, he got off. He got off. Right, first catch of the day. A crab. Definitely not worth keeping or eating, I don't think. I think it's a little sand crab or some little crab. But it's one in the boat. It's a start. You had any fish yet?
Nope.
I've got to keep trying.
Yep.
Okay, let's get back to it.
Yep, let's get back to it.
Second one for the day. This little fella. No idea what it is.
Let's see what the little brother.
Little fishy. You gonna throw him back?
Yeah.
Throw him back in the water. Tell him to bring his big brother back. No?
Alright, today we are just exploring the Lincoln National Park. So we went right up to the top yesterday and it was really cloudy and overcast, so it didn't look fantastic. And today we went out to Carcass Rock. So all of these places are campgrounds. Carcass Rock was a really bumpy track in, and there was just a little pretty beach there. Now we're at McLaren Point. So when we're up at Carcass Rock, we met some people who said the squidding here is really good, so we've come down. I'll show you what it looks like. It's a really long, bumpy, narrow track in. I don't think I'd be bringing a caravan, but it's good for a day trip, and there is a campground here as well. So this is the lookout. So as you can see, very, very rocky. No issues getting in though.
It's nowhere to use with us.
That's
super cool.
And then we've got this. The water is beautiful. The Dion's going to go squid over there. But yeah, if you come down and look at that water, it is so clear. It's like a tropical island. Okay, so we are leaving the Port Lincoln National Park. Yep, that's what it's called.
I think it's Lincoln National Park.
National Park. Okay. Anyway, the Eyre Peninsula National Park, the Innes National Park. That is the best actually to day trip. Like there's more to see there.
Yeah.
There's nothing really to see here except campsites and beaches. So something to keep in mind. So today was the original day we were supposed to leave. We managed to do our 3 nights out here even with the van breaking, which was great.
And we were supposed to be heading to Coffin Bay today.
Yeah, so we can't do that because the parts should be arriving in the next day or two. So we're just going to head into the Billy Lights boat ramp. It's just the boat ramp in Port Lincoln and it's like $10 or $12 a night to stay.
Not much more than what we're paying for here.
Oh, another emu on the road. There are so many emus in this national park. It's amazing. We're just chilling out and at the moment they've all got their little babies. Hey, emu! They go running when they see the car. Yeah, so we're just going to go hang out in the boat ramp. Dion can do some fishing, maybe visit some playgrounds.
We might just do a day trip off to Coffin Bay. And yeah, we'll just hang around for the next 2 or 3 days, depending on how long it takes to get this gear in.
To Dion,
Yep.
when it rains it pours.
Yep.
We just stopped to pump the tyres out on the way out of the park.
Yeah. And the compressor just blew a 60 amp fuse.
Yeah.
And I've chucked a new one in and it sounds like it's struggling to even run, so I'm pretty sure the compressor's on its way out. So we got half the tyres on one side pumped up and the other side is still at.
So we're going to drive in on a lean.
Yeah.
And we did say if we're going to Port Lincoln we're not spending any money because they're replacing the BMS and then we're putting an additional solar regulator in, which we'll explain to you later, which will cost money.
Yeah.
But now we're going to need a compressor.
Not much money. Hopefully there's an ARB in town where I can get one.
Alright, so we got a spot at the boat ramp. Just.
Only just.
We went up the other day and it was pretty much half empty, hey, a few days ago.
Yeah, there was I think 2 or 3 cars in there.
There's probably, I'm going to say 8 or 10 spots.
Something like that.
And today we went and we actually went past, like, there was another caravan in front of us and they pulled into a different like boat ramp area.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I wonder if they know that that's not the right one. Maybe they just want to go for a fish. We got up to the area where the caravan parking is and we start to park up and then they came in behind us, so they went to the wrong place. And there was another caravan that was just kind of parked up as well. And we're like, wonder what they're doing. No one was in the car.
Yeah.
And then after we've parked up, they've come back and they got in and left. So we don't know if they were waiting and they just missed out because they didn't hang around.
They just went for a walk down to the boat ramp and just shuffled around.
Or maybe they were just having a look, we're not sure. But anyway, we got the last spot. So something finally went our way. Anyway, so we've parked up. We haven't even leveled the van, we've just parked it up. I've paid the permit and we're going into Coffin Bay. It's only half an hour from Port Lincoln, which is pretty good. So we'll go in, we'll just spend the day in there, come back, and then we'll just stay at the boat ramp until the van's fixed. It's a max 5 days, so that should be plenty, really.
Yeah. If it takes any more than 5 days to fix this van, I'm going to be a bit unhappy because once we give them the van, if we don't get back that day, we're going to have to go find somewhere to stay for the night.
So I think it'll be alright, but and once we take the van from that boat ramp, we're not going to be we won't get back in there onto it. And pretty much when we left the national park today, we went past so many cars on the way in, whereas the last 3 days we went in and out every day and we saw no one. So
No, we have the whole place to ourselves for 3 or 4 days.
yeah, definitely people stay away in the bad weather. And now it's sunny, everyone's there. So if this sunny weather could hang around for a bit, because we've got Palubi and Streaky Bay in just over about a week now.
About a week now.
Yeah, so some lovely weather there would really make me quite happy. Anyway, see you in Coffin Bay.
So what can you read that I don't understand? I don't like reading.
So there's a yacht club and jetty and playground, which is here. And you can walk all the way around spots. And there's a lookout. And that seems to be all there actually is in Coffin Bay aside from the oyster tours.
Cool.
So yeah, maybe a day trip will be fine here.
Yeah, if you're not doing the actual tour.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go have a look, see what we can find.
You going for a swim, Jess?
No.
No.
The water is kind of freezing.
I'm pretty sure it's only about 10 degrees around here.
You go for a swim then.
I did, 2 days ago.
But you lost your lure. God, I wish I could.
No, that too. No, that was yesterday. I was talking about when I went spearfishing.
Oh, not my fault, you're crazy.
Yeah, they got a slide out here.
Oh,
Yes, he did. He stood in the mud. Yeah, they got slide in the water. Be kind of cool. If it wasn't so cold, I reckon Jess might get in. You hopping in, Jess? No?
I have to get all the mud off my shoes. Jesus. Have kids, they said it'll be fun, they said.
Hi. So today we're hopefully getting this PM300 replaced.
Be quiet for you, Mom.
Thank you. It's only been a week.
Yeah, it's only been a week that we've been here. And we're also replacing these, well, not replacing, but we're putting in a different solar regulator. So we've got 4 180 watt panels that can put out close to 50 amps. This PM300 is only rated to 30 amps. So now we are getting a Victron 100 watt 50? Oh, I can't remember.
50.
50 amp solar regulator. We'll get the full amount of power off the roof that we were supposed to be getting, and then hopefully we won't actually have to hook the car in when we want to run the aircon. So how you going there, Jess?
There's just, why is there always a drama? Seriously. So, long story short, we've hung around Port Lincoln for like an extra 3 nights to wait for this PM300 to arrive.
That's a week all up.
Yeah, so it's been a week. Granted, so it's Thursday today. The PM300 arrived on Tuesday, but the solar regulator that we wanted to put in, that didn't arrive until this morning. So Sparks and Spanners are bloody fantastic. They have been so helpful and understanding. They came out, they fitted it all, and everything was working except you couldn't see the power going in and out on the little screen. So everything else is on, but no amount of battery and no in and out power. So anyway, we had to call Projector to troubleshoot. The first issue was they wanted us to go through the settings on the app, but the new screen they sent us wasn't the Bluetooth version. So anyway, so we're using our old screen, that's fine. And then it still wasn't working. So we were like, well, you know, the shunt, the status light isn't on anymore. And they did all of the troubleshooting on that, and there's power to the shunt, but the shunt is not working. So guess what? They're sending us a shunt, which will be here in 3 business days or something. So next week sometime. So anyway, we're going to Streaky Bay. We're going. Goodbye, Port Lincoln. We are done with you.
Yep. We're just going to get them to send the part to our next stop, and I will put it in myself. So
yeah, he said we don't need a Sparky to put that in. It's literally plug and play. So anyway, let's go. We've got, don't know where we're going tonight, and then Streaky Bay, and then Palubi. So hopefully nothing else breaks, because I'm about done with broken caravans.
I think it's just going to be an ongoing thing.
Anyway, it's fine.
Anyway, onwards and out.
Next week on Trippin Around Oz, we visit Greenley Beach, which is absolutely beautiful. Then we stop by Murphy's Haystacks for a look. I go swimming with the dolphins and sea lions, which is absolutely incredible and is a bucket list experience. And we catch high tide at Palubi Beach. So don't forget to subscribe, guys, like the video, and we'll see you next week. Bye!